Well, hello.
No, come, yeah. No, come in. No, it's no problem. Come in.
It's me. It's Paul. This is I Want to Hold Your Band. And today's guest is Merrin Dungey. She is an actor who has been in a bazillion things. As my friend Scott Clay says, open IMDb and pull up a chair because you will be there for a while. Big Little Lies, Shining Vale, Bob's Burgers, and a little old show a long time ago called Alias. So we talk about how growing up in Sacramento influenced her musical tastes, a band she loves and is obsessed with, Duran Duran. You may have heard of them. And why we shopped in different sections of the Spencer's gift store in the 80s. 10-year-old boys were in a certain section. As always, like and subscribe. That would be very helpful to me, and I would enjoy that very much. And don't forget, in the episode description, there are links to all the songs we talk about, as well as a link to the questionnaire with all Merrin's favorite music. So, without further ado, I give you Merrin Dungey. First question I always start with is the first album, artist, song that you remember in your life when you were younger.
My sister and I, we had our own record player in our room. We and my dad would let us get 45s. Hotline by the Silvers, Car Wash, Rolls Royce. We had dances to these. My sister and I made up dances. You know, I remember we had Free to Be You and Me, and we would have
You and Me.
I know, and like Sesame Street. I remember having like a little tiny old scratched up 45s. I remember we had 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Like that was one of our, who's giving that to kids? We loved that song. And then it got warped and we had to put a penny on the needle.
How did you acquire 50 Ways to Lose Your Lover?
50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. We would go to the record store. Like going to the record store was a thing.
Where did you grow up?
Sacramento.
And what was the record store? Did you have the same place that you went to?
The Warehouse.
Was it walking distance, or your mom would have to take your dad?
She'd take us. Yeah, they'd take us, and they would just drop us off. I mean, like not when we were little, but you know, as we got older, they would drop us off. But I remember them bringing us there, and like, oh God, when Duran Duran had the Reflex, and it was like a poster, and we had to each get one, and it was just, I mean, my mom, they indulged us with what we needed.
Duran Duran was one of your favorite artists, one of your favorite albums, and then I was interested because I know that album, but I don't know one of your favorite songs, which is Hold Back the Rain. How did Duran Duran come to you? How did that song come to you?
When I was 13 and MTV is happening, all the videos are happening, and Friday Night Videos was really, because I don't think we had MTV yet.
You are the fourth person to say that they're like, we didn't have MTV, so I watched Friday Night Videos.
Okay, so I'm going to just educate people for 2 seconds with why a lot of people didn't have MTV. And you should listen. Dave Holmes has a great podcast about MTV and this sort of, like, it's an 8-episode thing of what happened to MTV. Who killed the video star is what it's called, I believe. And it's on Spotify. You can find it. But back in the day when they started MTV, they didn't, I mean, getting them to, I won't tell the whole story, but it was only in certain areas because that's why they had that I Want My MTV campaign with all the stars, because they were like, call your cable company and tell them you want it, because they put it only in specific markets for what, I can't remember whatever reason, but they could see when they did, all of a sudden, all those kids bought Duran Duran. The record numbers would go crazy. And so they were trying to get people to call their cable companies and add it. But in the beginning, no one even knew. It was so small. So Friday Night Videos was the way that the rest of the world got it, because we got it on Friday nights on NBC, and my sister and I would either stay up late and tape, or we'd tape it. And then I remember watching Cyndi Lauper. Like, we watched that video 1,000 times that day. Like, it just changed my life.
Watching videos changed my life.
MV3 with Richard Blade.
There was something just about, because not to get all like back in our day, but there wasn't this mass amount of, which is wonderful, Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff.
It wasn't accessible. You had to work for it.
Yes,
you had to wait,
for it.
and you had to work for it, and you had to stand in line to when the new album came out, and you had to, I remember digging around, getting Bop magazine and all these other magazines from England, because it was, you were hungry to get the material. You'd go to Coach House and Spencer's Gifts and find the posters and the pins. You would hunt for it. It's like, these are encyclopedia kids where we had to look for the information. I remember when Duran Duran had maybe it was for Seven and the Ragged Tiger, and they did like an exclusive. It was with Nick and Simon, and God, if you ever look it up, they both are like so blown out and pretty. Like they like gloss on the screen. But they did this interview on Friday Night videos. I mean, it was paramount to our existence, and we stayed up late and watched the whole thing because it was on at like 11:30. Oh my God. It was so incredible. So Duran Duran came to me 12, 13. I don't it had to just come from the video. Like it had to come from Hungry Like the Wolf.
Or the radio, maybe hearing them, or no?
I remember for some reason we had that maybe when I was in 6th grade, we were playing that 45 like on a rainy day. And then I saw the video, and then I saw the guys, and then my hormones and all of it just coalesced. And I remember sitting and listening to Rio in the back of my parents' car, like obsessively. Oh, and then we would go to the video store, and they had a collection of videos that they put together. It's an entire VHS. We played it so much they finally just gave it to us. And the video store, they just gave us a copy.
Was your sister into them too?
Oh my God. And it's so there was this one video on that collection, and they knew what they were doing. Like they were such artists, and the way they blended it together. And Russell Mulcahy took them to not Tel Aviv, Sri Lanka, and they made these exotic looking videos. But there was one video where they close in. I think it was Lonely in Your Nightmare, and they close in on each guy. And my sister, I would cheer for Simon and Nick because those were my two favorites, and then she would cheer for Roger and John, and nobody cheered for Andy. My mom would go, "I'll cheer for Andy," and she would go to the kitchen, "I'll cheer for Andy." I'm gonna go see. We're gonna spend time together over the holidays, and we will probably pull that out because I think we have it on a disc now and play it. And then Hold Back the Rain. By the way, it's the Carnival mix. That's the one that there's a remix. If we're going to play the regular one, that's totally fine. But like the Carnival mix is just like, I was playing it last night. Like it just.
Okay, so we're going to listen to Hold Back the Rain, and this is Duran Duran, and we're doing the what mix?
The Carnival mix.
The Carnival mix, which is very intriguing.
It just has an energy to it. I feel like everyone is peaking on that show. The drums, the guitar, the synths are powerful. There's just, I mean, that like, I remember I was doing a 5K, and right when I was like at the very end flagging, I like threw that song on. I was like, let's go. You can't feel bad with that song. Like it just is. One of the things about this song is that Simon wrote it for John when they were first, going, they had released Duran Duran in the UK. It didn't really hit over here. And then the videos came, and then Rio came. And so then they re-released Duran Duran Duran. So now, and then they had Seven of the Ragged Tiger. So now, which is the Reflex album, and they're on tour. That's 84. Things are crazy.
Okay.
And I believe, or when they first started touring, Simon wrote that song for John because he was having, and this is well known. John has a book about it and his coke problem, and and it's funny because as I was listening to it last night, you can kind of hear the story. Like you need to not do this alone. You don't have to go alone on this. We're on the road again. Someone help me hold back this issue. It's just, I don't know. It really finally coalesced for me. My husband actually got Jimmy Kimmel started on my husband's show. So they were very close. And Duran Duran was coming to the show. So my husband got me and my friends to go see them play. And then we went backstage and, hung out with the guy. It just,
So when you met them, was it all, from the concerts to meeting them, did it all still live up to it? Or was there ever like a...
No, it was all great. When I met Simon... there was a meet and greet. This was a different time. I met Simon, and he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "It's Merrin." And he goes, "Oh, what a beautiful name for a beautiful woman." And I was like, but you know what? This is all karmically making up for when in 1984 in 8th grade, and everyone is going to the Oakland concert. That's where they shot Sing Blue Silver, which was their concert album video thing. I think some of the Reflex was shot there. Everybody was at this concert, and I couldn't go. And because my parents were not driving me from Sacramento to Oakland to go see some band. And I was devastated.
Okay, so let's move on to one of your favorite albums, which is the Valley Girl soundtrack from 1983.
Well, I feel like I came to this a little later than I should. I remember when the movie came out and seeing it at the Sunrise Mall, like the poster, which, by the way, they don't even use Deborah Foreman in the poster. They use some rando chick. And it says, he's cool, she's hot. She's from the Valley. He's not. Like, that was the tagline. It was the dumbest. And I was like, this is dumb.
Sunrise Mall, is that where you'd see your movies?
Yes. I actually worked at the Sunrise Mall at Contempo Casuals. Yeah, I mean, everything was...
Contempo Casuals.
Hello.
Why do I know that?
Because you were alive in the 80s and you went to the mall. That's why you know it.
You know what everyone knows from the 80s is what you said, like Spencer Gifts to me.
Right.
And you would go to, did you ever, well, I don't know, like maybe this was just like a gross little 13-year-old boy thing, but you'd go to like the back and they would have the like
Oh yeah.
adulty section where
Yeah.
they'd have like dirty candles and dirty mugs, and if you like
Oh
moved
yeah,
it, you could
their top would come off.
you could see something like that.
Girls were not. We were like, oh, and like the
So
dumb
gross.
Ferrari posters with the girl on it, like
Yeah.
just dumb. But
Dumb says you.
we were too busy. Like the boys were over there, and we
Being
were looking
smart.
at the pins
Yeah.
and the posters. And is there a new Duran Duran poster? Like, is there a new St. Elmo's Fire poster?
St. Elmo's Fire, shut your mouth.
Come on.
I mean,
One of the best worst films of all time. I came to Valley Girl because I Melt With You was an amazing song, and I heard that in high school. And then, so I later discovered the movie and was like, this is one of the greatest movies. It's so, my husband laughs at me because I did make him watch it, and he's like, but
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I got to tell you, it's particularly for women. There's something about it that is so romantic. It's Nick Cage at one of his best because he's still got the fucked up teeth and he's just so sexy in it. And there's a part when he's like hiding and waiting for her at this party. Like he met her at the beach, and then like they go to this party and they get kicked out because they're like not from around there. And he sneaks in through the window and is like hiding in this like house party, like waiting for her to come through at some point, like hiding in the shower. And then she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, do you want to get out of here? And she's like, where are we going to go? And he goes, I don't care. And she's like, what are we going to do? And he goes, anything. And it's like, and like Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs is playing, and you're just like, oh my God. It's Romeo and Juliet. There's that, like, we're from different sides of the tracks and they fall in love. And
When do you put it on?
I think for me, I put on certain songs at certain times. Like when Kevin and I got married, when we got married at our house, which was beautiful. And I walked down the aisle to You Are by Lionel Richie. And then like after the ceremony, we played Melt With You, just because it was like, that's the, and the movie ends, kind of thing. But I love, like I said, I love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs. Oh my God. Which is not on here, is the theme. The Girls Like Me is not on here.
Oh, Girls Like Me. I noticed that because Girls Like Me is by who?
Bonnie Hayes.
Bonnie Hayes. Yeah, that's what, because
That's my favorite.
On that 21 track double disc, whatever, that came like 84 after. There's like 2 Bonnie Hayes songs on it, I think I saw.
There are. But yeah, that is the one I played the most. But that one and Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs.
So let's jump to that song. So that's one of your favorite songs, Girls Like Me. It's from 1980. Never heard of Bonnie Hayes with the Wild Combo, and the album was Good, Clean Fun. So did you first get introduced to her through that album, like through the Valley Girl?
I got introduced to that song because it wasn't on the soundtrack. It's in the movie, and so like the movie starts and it's like a helicopter shot over like the valley, and like somebody's changing the radio, and like and they're talking about the weather in the valley, and it was how like the radio.
Yeah.
And then it's like dun 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 dun. Got a day for girls like me, Valley Girl, and you're like yeah. So like that gets you into the world, and like they're shopping and their credit cards and they're this and they're that and they're at the mall and they're at the Galleria, and it's like,
Wait, let's listen to a snippet because I don't know it. Okay, so we're going to listen to a little bit of Girls Like Me, Bonnie Hayes with the Wild Combo. Here we go.
Okay.
That so captures the 80s to me. I don't know what it is. It's that bass line, the kind of the energy, her voice.
Yeah, the quality in her voice.
A little bit of echoing, not echoiness, kind of.
Like, I need my neon. I want to put on a mini skirt. You're there. It's right there. It's so, and what a great way to start that movie. It's like, bam, bam.
That is the beginning. I mean,
yeah,
100% that's a movie beginning. That like whenever they heard that, they're like, that's it.
That's it.
Wait, does she have a lot of other songs, or is that?
No, unfortunately, I believe she died of breast cancer. And I think that's the only album they had. And it's so weird that it's, like you said, it's not on the proper CD version of the Valley Girl soundtrack, but you can certainly find it on Spotify. But and I love the energy of it, and I love the message. It's so girl power.
Yeah. This actually leads to a question I have for you, because you say it's so girl power. Is like when I hear, and I kind of ask everyone this, when you first hear a song or first hear music, what's your first access point? Mine, like I heard that and I'm hearing the bass line, I'm hearing the tone of her voice. I'm not hearing the lyrics at all. And some people hear the lyrics straight away and kind of the rest of it, but I come to the lyrics kind of later. It's interesting. I felt that was girl power, but I didn't hear what she was saying.
Well, I can say that because I've heard that song 4,000 times.
Yeah.
But I don't, and it's in the title. But I think it depends on the song. There's a song, I don't think it's I don't know. I might have put it on my list. I know I put it when I first was coming up with things to talk or songs that I was excited about. Like there's a song called Leave by REM, and it's on the Adventures in Hi-Fi or Lo-Fi or whatever. And I come to that song just from the opening of the song, like the music. It's like, and I don't know what they're using to make that sound, but sometimes it's just I come to it sonically, and I don't necessarily, and I think it depends on the song too, how you parse out what you hear. Like I can't hear the song Rio by Duran Duran without hearing the bass line, which is the most complicated bass line. When you go to concert to see, they always end the show with that. And the crowd goes, play that fucking bass, John, play that fucking bass.
Oh, really?
The whole crowd. That's what you chant at the end of it. Cause he's just like, because you have to, next time you listen to it, you have to hear it. It's bananas. And when my youngest daughter, she's a huge music head now too. And it's my fault because when they were little, we would be driving along, we would listen to like Chic, and I'd say, okay, here comes the horns, all right, here's the violins. We'd listen to different things, and you'd hear the pieces of it. And I also want to capture it. I play guitar and I play ukulele, and I used to play piano, but so now the reason why I started playing guitar is because like I want to be a part of it. I want to capture it. How do I harness it? If I can learn to play that, then I can also own part of it.
Do you feel like I have found for some reason I don't love concerts as much as I think I would? Because I realized, I have this realization lately that I have such a personal connection with the music when I'm listening to it. I like them recorded in that moment in time, and then I put it into my kind of dimension and world. I don't know, it's weird. Is there something like when you go see artists or groups, do you like that? Do you like them like when you see Duran Duran? Because it's such an experience, I guess.
Well, I think it depends on who you're seeing and why. When I go to Duran Duran, and I don't have to go to every show, like I know they're playing up at Yamava, and I'm like, I don't need to like chase it because I've seen them enough, but I like the experience, like the group camaraderie of that.
Because you're with other Duranis and you're all
and
there.
We're all losing our minds to certain things.
Right.
My friend Curtis, he's also in our little text chain, the Casey Kasems, and he and I are such music heads. And like he's like, I have to go to a Duran Duran concert with you because I've got to see this. I have to experience this with you.
Does your husband, I mean, obviously loves music as much as you do. Do you all share, you have crossovers and tastes and things you like to see?
Yes. Music, it's so funny. They talk about your love languages, like where let's give it gifts and acts of service, and music is a love language. And if you don't speak that, we can't, like, I'm divorced and I'm now remarried, but I did not share love language. I used to joke when I was married to my first husband, when I would say, like, if we get divorced, I'll have to go, it was the reggae, Your Honor, because we had very, very different musical tastes. And then people that I dated after I was divorced, if they were not texting me music, like if there wasn't that in it, I was like, what? And Kevin and I, he is, when we first, like as soon as he would send me music before we even started dating. He was just always sending songs, and then like as we started dating, he would send me more. And and we used to do song of the day. Like now it's we're married, we don't need to do that all the time. But like if something comes up, like recently at Chapel Roan, I was like, this is the song of the day.
Okay, so let's move on to a favorite sadness song of yours, and that's how, again, blind spot, or maybe this is an obscure song. I'm leading up. I'm really doing the build. I know so many songs by this artist, Elton John, but I did not know Empty Garden.
What?
I did not know Empty Garden. Huge Elton John fan. Don't know why I don't know that. 1982.
Yeah, it's so beautifully. It's the lyrics in this is one of those ones where it's less about the sound and more about the lyrics, and it is painful. Like, we'll just go, you and I can just, but when you the first verse it's poetry. It's beyond.
Did it come to you at that time around then?
Yeah. Now, you have to understand, my sister and I, we would listen to the Casey Kasem Countdown Top 40 every weekend. And like I said, I worked in radio when I was in high school. Like I did work to the Quad 106 and FM 102. Like this is my first thing when I get a car, where are my stations? I was a radio person. So we were very familiar with this. And, and also like when certain songs would become number one, we'd like turn on all the radios in the house. Like when Reflex became number one, so we I remember the video to this too, and it's just empty and sad, and it's like.
So this was like a top chart song. How the fuck did I miss this song?
I don't know.
What is wrong with me?
I don't know, but it's not one of his. He doesn't play it in concert. I just went to that concert. He doesn't play this in concert, probably because it's just painful.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good sad songs, and a lot of. But this one to me is poetry.
Okay, well, let's listen to a little of
Elton John.
Elton John, "Empty Garden" from Jump Up, which that's also, I looked at the album cover, I'm like, Jump Up.
I don't know the album. I just know this song.
It's funny how one instead.
Oh, Johnny, can't you come out to play?
Full chills.
Come on.
When he does the "We're crippled and amazed," a gardener like that one, no one can replace.
And his vocals on that, too.
It's so beautiful. I can't, and it's all about John Lennon and how it's funny how one insect can damage so much grain.
Was that without Bernie, or did he write that by himself?
I don't know.
I feel like at that point, because this was 1982.
It feels very Bernie, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
feels
does.
Super Bernie.
I mean, that line right there, funny how an insect can cripple.
Can damage so much grain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
It's a great song. And it only, I'll let you, and through the years, some say he farmed his best in younger years. And it's just like, it's really, really beautiful. And I'm not even like a huge Beatles person. I mean, I have respect and understand but wow.
So one of your favorite albums and a favorite pump-up song is Panama by Van Halen. Was it a big band for you then, or just like it was in the rotation? And
I think that I am from Sacramento. So you can take the girl out of Sacramento, but you can't take the Sacramento out of the girl. Like, did I go to Tom Petty? Did I see Beastie Boys? There's things that like just were in my purview. AC/DC, like there's just some songs and bands that I just grew up with, and that's it. But I think my love, and I remember seeing the Hot for Teacher video that I fell in love with. It was amazing. But I think I fell in love with the whole album 1984 a little bit later because it's just such a great album.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any opinion? Because I've had two people and I didn't realize this was, I mean, I did, but
Is this the Halen Hagar question?
Yeah.
I think that, I honestly, I'm going to say I stand on even ground because.
This is me.
I stand on even ground. And I think when you grow up in the 80s, there was some great regular Van Halen and there was some great Van Hagar. Right Now is a great song and an incredible video.
5150 was just a great album.
5150 was my alarm code for a really long time at my house.
How about the other famous question? I feel like I know the answer because you're leading Beatles or Stones.
I think that I stand with Stones. Not, but honestly, it's 51 and 49. And this is where people will be like furious and turn it off and walk away. Even my husband will be, I hate this. I like Wings. Sorry, guys. I like Wings. I like Wings. I like Wings.
Wait, hold on.
I like the band Wings. I do. I like them.
Is that a thing to not like Wings?
My sister hates Wings. My husband hates Wings.
Why do they hate them so much?
Because they think that it's like it's people think that Paul McCartney, like that's beneath the Beatles. And listen, like someone knocking on the door, someone ringing the bell, not the greatest. I get it. But I remember being at the Tempo Pool in Sacramento, drinking a Shasta.
I love all these names. The Tempo Pool, like TEMPO.
Yeah.
Was it like a public pool or a private
Tempo
pool?
was like those, not a gated community, but just like they name little communities, like, where you're, little suburbs. And we had a local pool that was ours. And I would sit there and there was I remember driving around and listening to a lot of Wings at the time because it was 77. So sorry, everybody.
So you know what? You just deal with it.
Deal with
the
it.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
It's in my DNA, and I apologize.
Yeah, and
or don't, or not.
No, we're not apologizing.
We're not. All right.
Fuck that. I know that we could have another episode. You are a bit of an encyclopedia. You are tied for Encyclopedia of Music with you're in the Hall of Encyclopedia of Music.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. It's impressive the amount of music that you know and the references. You're just throwing out shit, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let that go because I don't have any idea who you're talking about and what you're saying. It's like I'm like, this is amazing, and
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you coming.
I loved it.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay.